Bill has been a manager of the Okrmark Select Fund since '96. A lot of people who earned that distinction will, after them 10 or 15 years down the line, there are very few who are still performing as strongly and still have been. I've read a lot about investing over the past few years, but I think Bill is unique in his ability to talk about the story of value investing in technology.
I was always interested in baseball statistics. And growing up in St. Paul, Minnesota, in our newspaper, the stock quotes were always right next to the baseball box scores. And I was very interested because there were all these numbers and they moved around every day. And when I asked my dad what they were and he said they represented money, it got really interesting. So I started getting interested in all kinds of different ways that you could put capital at risk. And whether that was in things we'd call gambling, like slot machines. There was a family trip to Las Vegas where we were visiting one of my cousins who was in the Air Force. And my dad took us across the street to, I think it was a Kroger grocery store. And my older brother and I, and he's like, kids, I'm going to show you why you don't want to gamble. And he put like 5 nickels in his hand and starts putting them into the slot machine. And the first one that he puts in, 7 come back out. The next one it goes in, more comes out. And this object lesson gone awry was turning me into a slot machine fanatic. Because it took him half an hour to get rid of all the nickels that came out. And it was like he was getting madder and madder. And I'm like, Dad, you should stop. We're way ahead. And he's like, no, I'm going to show you this is stupid, and keeps putting the money in. So that fascination then was, you know, why was gambling stupid? I knew my dad was smart. And you start investigating, you see that the casino keeps 15% of the take on blackjack, and 1.5% on craps, about the same on blackjack. Then there are these things called stocks that if you did average in stocks, your money was worth maybe 8 or 10% more a year later rather than less. And kind of that distinction between gambling and investing, putting capital at risk either way, but in investing, expected returns were positive. And from the time I was in high school, started reading everything I could about investing. Go to the local library, take a couple books home. Back then, the investing section was probably, you know, just this wide, so it wasn't heroic to think you could read everything about investing that was available. And as I read about investing, and of course all kinds of different approaches, the ones that made sense to me were the value ones. Because I grew up in a middle-class family, going shopping with my mom, and you know, if grapes were on sale this week, we'd buy more than we usually would. And if cherries weren't on sale, we'd wait until they went on sale. So this idea that as a consumer, you could get more for your money if you paid attention to price was something that was very appealing to me. And that, of course, that's what value investing is being patient and wanting to make sure that you're actually getting more value than you're expending to make a purchase.
One of your analysts wrote to us. They said that Bill really likes and remembers the facts when you present something to Bill. So they presented a stock to you at $10. And about 6 years later, when the stock had grown 20 times, you still remembered the presentation, and you liked it even more, so you purchased the stock at $200.
I did.
What is the message you're trying to send here?